and now.
We're ready now. How about that? Winona, you forgot to do the count in? You forgot you were like 5. Oh, wait, no.
Ready in 5. Oh, that's
Recording,
it. Okay.
Recording.
Hi, I'm Winona. Oh my goodness, I remember to introduce my
goodness.
Y'all,
if y'all listen to this on the podcast, I'm gonna need you to switch on over because Winona was dancing, and every time Winona dances, you have to see it so you can have such laughter in your day.
Was it really a dance? Wait, was it really a dance, or was it just like a cross punch, like cross?
What are you doing? A cross punch?
Upper jack.
Okay, all right. Just because we're all trying to lose weight here and doing kickboxing, you don't have to demonstrate for everybody. Like that's not a thing. Okay, that's not a thing. No one does that. Well, maybe they do.
Yeah, no, I think kickboxing as a dance would actually work. Just as long as you modify.
Only
anyway.
Winona. Okay, so anyway, we wrote literary life, guys, with pop poetry, and I thought divorce was bad with other life lessons, and I thought being grown up was easy. If only I would meet a memoir and verse, Foreign Coffee, and Riddles Web. All of those are available on Audible or where you get your audiobooks, and all the other 17, and one of my personal favorites, And I Thought I Did My Journey Alone, are available on www.andithoughtLadies.com. All right, but y'all.
That was beautifully done.
Wow. Okay, sure.
Continue.
All right, sure. So y'all are here to hear about us.
You're here to hear from our wonderful guests. Wonderful guests.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. My name is Stephany Burns. I am in Los Angeles, California, and I am a commercial talent agent. I do voiceover and I do print, and I represent about 300 people and get them in the door for commercials. Very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that seems like a really busy day. You represent over 300 people. So really, truly, if she took one person a day, she would literally almost be a year before she got back to you. That's crazy.
I think you should do that.
I mean, no, you shouldn't do it.
It'll give you less time. You'd be like, I don't have so many phone calls.
No, she shouldn't do that because it's going to cut short her money. She should never do that. She should never do that. Never cut short. I mean, people's opportunities. That's what I meant to say. People's opportunities.
Obviously, I don't talk to everybody every day. We've got about 50 auditions a day. So usually about 50 people a day I communicate with. You said 3 things about myself you were asking. Okay. Well, I'm a huge 80s toy collector. I have an obsession with it. I have a little closet shrine of 80s toys. I'm obsessed with 80s TV sitcoms, the old school multicam shows. And what else about me? I've been doing this probably 11 years as a talent agent, but I am a former child commercial actress. So I've been in this business for many years. And it got full circle being a child commercial actress to now representing people in commercials, not kids though, adults.
Well, that's okay. So is that why you came back into the business? Because you said you only been there about 11 years.
Yeah, when I studied theater in college, came back to LA to be an actor again. And what I found was rejection is really unenjoyable. And so I didn't like that. I had 5 agents that all died for different reasons within a span of a short amount of time. And it was the 5th agent that died that I was like, maybe I should get out of this for a little while and go do something else. So I did party planning. I was a banquet sales manager for Buca de Beppos, for Maggiano's. I would do all their private events. And the entertainment industry kept pulling me back. And so I thought, what can I do in the entertainment industry, but not do the day-to-day audition and rejection life? Because that was just really, for me, depressing. And so I just hooked up with a girl that I met on Twitter, and she became my mentor. She's a casting director and guided me. And slowly I just kind of fell into it. I interned with different casting directors to kind of learn how to do it. And then somebody offered me a job to be a junior agent. And I just hustled and worked my way up. And then, cut to 11 years later and I'm running an entire department. So it's crazy. Yeah. And I just found it was really fun. And I liked watching other people book jobs, and seeing them on TV gave me just as much satisfaction. And I'd rather put you on TV than be in front of the camera. So I learned that, but they don't teach that in school. There's no major in talent agenting, or, you just kind of have to do it to learn how to do it.
Wow.
I have always, okay, first of all, I've always loved what talent agents do. I think that's amazing. They give people access to their actual.
Wait, did we say this is the Ladies Tale podcast?
And we never said which podcast.
Okay, so welcome to the Ladies Tale podcast. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness. You know what's great is that if we were trying to use this as an audition, it just blew it. It totally did. We weren't though. We really weren't. No. Okay. So now I forgot the question I was about to ask. So I'm gonna have to ask you the question that everyone's gonna want to know. How do you get an agent that thinks that you are worthy of a commercial?
Okay, so basically the first thing you have to do is get a headshot. Headshot is the most important thing to do by a professional headshot photographer that specializes in commercials, first and foremost. Then you want to put together a resume of any work that you've done on a stage, classes that you've taken, casting directors that you've met, any, and if you've never done anything at all ever, and you're just brand new, my suggestion is to try doing extra work first, just to see what it's like to be on a set. And if you enjoy that, then start auditioning to be, the main person. Don't do extra work forever. But once you have a resume that you can put together, you've been on a set, you have the headshots, then you submit them to talent agents. And that's nowadays via email. We're all working from home now. Most of us are not going into an office every day. So I would email, and you just, don't have a huge file, a little file of your headshot, your resume. And if you have a reel of some sort that you've put together of your acting, you want to put that all together. And it's really about timing. It's about the right agent. And if they need your type at that time is really what matters. And if they're at the time taking on new clients. So if the world works perfectly and you've picked there's hundreds, thousands of talent agents, you narrow it down to like 10 to 20 that you think you would be a good fit with, and you reach out to them with a nice email, why you think you'd be a good fit, headshot, resume, reel. And if the agent at the time needs you and loves what they see, it's a match. So it's kind of like we're a matchmaker in a way.
Yeah, that's fabulous. And I love how she said to go ahead and get a person that does commercial headshots. Like,
it's a thing.
Yeah. Professional, like that's.
Yes, and there are photographers out there that do, let's say, editorial magazines and are fantastic, but they don't know how to do a commercial headshot, which sounds weird, but it's a specialty. So, it's like trying to go to a doctor about your arm, and he specializes in legs, or, it's like, it's a specialty. And so you just really need to find a commercial headshot photographer. They're going to know lighting. Lighting is key. And the framing is key. So, and the outfits and your whole persona and what the essence that you want to give off and the types you want to sell. I mean, I work in the world of stereotypes. And so you got to pick where you fit. Who are you? Are you a lawyer? Do you run a company, or are you a stay-at-home mom? It depends. What are you? If you're a mom, what kind of mom are you? Are you a mom that has 5 kids and is a soccer mom? Or are you like a mom who is like never home and has babysitter? There's so many different types of moms. There's so many different types of doctors, lawyers, cops, or let's say you work at the DMV, you hate your job and you're waiting for the clock to tick, those are different headshots. It's, if you're a doctor, you're not going to wear a stethoscope in the headshot, but you can insinuate that you're in scrubs, and then you can be a doctor or a nurse. You can play either one of those roles. You could be kooky, or you can be, a hard ass nurse that does not take crap from anyone. So what kind of nurse are you? There's different kinds of nurses out there. So you have to tell us who you are and sell that in a photo, because the breakdown I get for a Snickers commercial is going to say a no nonsense nurse that does not take crap from anyone. And so I'm going to go through my roster and I'm going to look for everybody that is that type. And I'll pick about 10 people, and I'll say, okay, these 10 people I think would sell this the best. And then hopefully casting calls in 5 of them,
Nice.
Wow.
I am always astonished when I finally found out how things get done, like how they pick the people that you see on your screen. I was like, how does anything get done? I'm like, and then as an actor, I'm like, how depressing is this? So you get picked, and then you get picked, and then you have to get picked again, and then that one you go in to make sure that you've been picked, and then you go home because you're the loser. Oh my God!
Well, I always tell my
how many times have you been excited? You're like, yes, I got picked. Oh, I don't have the job.
Right. It's a roller coaster. It's like this. It's highs and lows. I can have the best day and the worst day ever in the same day. I can have somebody book a progressive commercial, huge, and then the same day somebody got edited out of a commercial. So, you got to kind of have the mentality that, right when you're up, something bad's going to happen. When something bad happens, something good's going to happen. But, I tell my actors when they get the audition, they get the callback, they get put on a veil, they book the job, they shoot the job. Do not get excited until you see it air and you see your face in it. Because until then, you're only getting paid for the day that you work. You're not getting paid to use it until you see it and you're in it.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Wow.
I know you must be happy you're behind the camera. Now, I do have to ask a silly question. Jay, do you have any real questions?
Oh, no, I was literally going to ask about the craft service.
That's what I was going to ask. But before we do that, can I just say, I think I look like a single, I think I look like a mom, a stay-at-home mom, right?
Oh, my goodness. I can't
move on.
I can't do it.
Question.
Well, Nona, really? Oh, my goodness.
I have no desire to be in commercials. Don't worry, I'm joking.
Let me tell you though, here's what's funny is that actors, right, in general, nobody wants to do commercials. It is, I am self-aware. It is such a goofy, stupid kind of thing where you're on for 15 seconds going, ooh, this is a good, take a bite of soup. You'll get paid like $50, $60, $100,000 to work that one day. But if you have a co-star on Law and Order, LA Law, whatever, it's $1,000. So, or $3,000. You don't make a ton of money as an actor unless you are a series regular on a show or are the lead in a movie. So you do commercials to make the money to do the other things, to do the acting jobs that really, make sense to you, that you feel passionate about. So I'm very self-aware that commercials are not the end game for people. It's the beginning game. And a lot of these commercial directors turn into TV and film directors. And if they know you and met you, they're going to put you in their show and their movies. And famous people are directing all the time. So I trust me, nobody wants to do commercials. And when I hear people say that all the time, like, oh no, I don't want to do commercials. I'm like, well, what do you do then to make your money to do the $1,000 job?
Yeah, I have no. Do they not have craft services on these commercials? Because if they do, then I will do a commercial. Like, I'm here for the food.
Yeah.
Well, pre-COVID, it was legit. Before COVID, it was a whole spread of a buffet that you would just go to town on. But if you have your makeup done and your hair done, you can't, it's hard to eat, but it's amazing. With COVID now, you have to, it's in boxes and people were sitting and eating it in their car, or you were eating it out of a little box onto the side. So it's not as fun, but maybe it'll go back to that maybe next year.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
our question is about pre-COVID. Go ahead.
Pre-COVID, I have something to put out there to everyone that's in makeup. Yo, Pyrex. Just scoop it in. Eat it later. It's fine.
My favorite thing, because I had to get in full makeup this weekend for something we did, and I wanted to eat all the time because we kept ordering food out, was I got some chopsticks, and I did it because it doesn't touch your mouth at all.
Yes.
I learned how to eat fried chicken with pops with chopsticks.
It
was not fried chicken. It was fried shrimp.
It was fried shrimp, and it was good, and it was fabulous, and I was so happy with that chopstick idea. I was like,
yes, because it misses your mouth completely. You're just like,
yes.
Oh.
Yes. You can eat Cheetos with chopsticks. Cheetos and chopsticks.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to learn that.
You're gonna have to learn that now. So thank you so much for coming on the show. And yes, we're super goofy.
Oh no,
today.
We have to ask for advice.
And I'm glad to ask for the advice. I had it. Like 3 pieces of advice that you would give anyone starting out in the commercial world. They're trying to book some commercials.
I would tell people to take acting class. It's a specialty doing commercials. Take class. Take improvisation classes. And just surround yourself with looking up, you know, in your area. They're always shooting something in your area. So I would take acting class, start building up a resume, get some headshots, and start figuring out how you want to sell yourself. Yeah, that's what I would say. You know, those are the most important things, and how to start out. I think people don't know what to do and need clear direction. So acting class, headshots, and building a resume. Audition for your local town, wherever you are, for a play. You know, somebody's doing something all the time. You just have to look for it. There is a book called, God, I feel like it's called like the Actor's Workbook or the Entertainment Workbook, and it lists every talent agency, every production company, every ad agency, every, you know, anything to find anything. It's like our own little information book. But of course, I can't think of the name of it now. It's something workbook. Entertainment Workbook.
Okay, that works.
That
If you're listening to this and you're like, what workbook is it? I'll Google it.
Yes, absolutely. So Google it right on up. Also, where can people follow you and find out more information about you?
If you want to tell people that.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. So on Twitter, I believe I'm Avalon Agent Steph. God, now I don't even remember. I think I'm Story Films, actually. StoryFilms. Story is my maiden name. On Instagram, you can find me, Stephany Burns, Stephany Story Burns, STOREY, Stephany Story Burns, or Avalon Artists Group. I use both accounts for all things entertainment. Avalon Artists Group, and Avalon Artists is with an S, group. That's our Instagram. We do have a YouTube channel. I think if you just Google Avalon Artists Group, it will list our Twitter, our Instagram, our YouTube, Facebook. Our fan page on our Facebook. Yeah, Avalon Artists Group, 3 words. We have offices in LA and New York, Atlanta, and we do across the board film, TV, commercials, print, voiceover. We do Broadway in New York. Yeah, come find us, come join our team.
Absolutely. That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
We really do.
I know, because you're super busy, so thank you. And I'll go ahead and wrap this up. You can find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andithoughtLadies.com. While you're there, take a moment, go down to the bottom of the page and see the charities that we probably support. Maybe support them. Also, we thank you in advance for that. And just remember, y'all, wisdom is all around you. If
you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys. From Winona. No.
And Jade. Bye-bye.
Thank you.